Bitcoin and altcoins are seeing some upward price movement. Are we seeing the V-shaped recovery out of the pullback zone? I'll give you the details. And crypto VCs share what they are looking for in 2025 from an investment standpoint. This is very insightful. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, I like what I'm seeing here in the market. Bitcoin over $98,000 once again, but the altcoins are on the move, and it's signaling that we may be coming out of this pullback consolidation zone, which is a good sign. And the timing makes sense, where in Q1, we often see really good performance from the entire crypto market following a halving year. So we are in the 2021, 2017, 2013 phases right now, right? With the previous years being the halving years. So this is all aligning, the seasonalities playing out like we've seen historically. But let me share some details here. Like Ethereum is back over $3,600, up near 8% over the past 7 days. XRP's been on the move. It's at $2.45, up about 14% over the past 7 days. Solana on the move as well, at $217, up near 18% over the past 7 days. And Cardano, it's on the move, up near 26% at $1.10. And even SWI is doing really well, Stellar Lumens as well. We're seeing some good activity here. When you look at the Bitcoin chart, you're seeing some green candles. But as always, guys, I want this rally to prove itself. I'm not bearish, I'm bullish, but I want to make sure these rallies are not fake outs, because we've seen the market fake us out before, and we don't want to start to get too excited. Let's see what happens. But what I'm seeing here on the charts and the RSI looks promising. Once again, I'm not going to call home and say, hey, we're back, baby. This thing is going to pump to new all-time highs next week, right? I don't know that yet. I want to wait till next week to see where it goes. So let's see. But we're seeing some very good signs. And even if we look at the XRP chart, we're seeing some solid green candle movement here, a bit of the V-shaped recovery happening, but there could be room for downside. Nothing significant, just the continual test of the support levels before the breakout to new all-time highs. But if this is the move, I'm happy about it, because I'm here to make money, right? We all want the prices to keep going up as high as possible. And you look at the Cardano chart, you're seeing the same pattern. So this looks promising, guys. I like what I'm seeing. Things are starting to look very bullish. Now, Crypto Wizard, an analyst who I've shared his work over the years, he said, things are about to get crazy. As I said, in a bull market, the time for altcoins to rally always tends to be after Christmas. Nothing can be more perfect than a rising wedge breakout retest before it turns completely bearish. Buckle up, alts. So he shared the Bitcoin dominance chart, and that Bitcoin's dominance is about to start collapsing like it did in the previous bull market cycles. And that means liquidity starts to flow to the alts. So the alts are going to go crazy. And what we've seen is that altcoins generally outperform Bitcoin. You make higher returns. Now, I hold Bitcoin, and I do believe Bitcoin has further upside, but the dominance is going to start to break down, and Bitcoin can still pump as the dominance breaks down, but eventually it's going to lose that steam. It's going to lose the power, and the liquidity or the power goes to the altcoins, guys. It's rinse and repeat. We've seen it time and time again. And I don't make the rules. This is just how we've seen the markets play out, and it looks like it's doing the same thing here. So the stars are aligning here for what we've seen historically, and I'm so bullish. And there's, of course, huge narratives this year that are going to drive the market insane. And here, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse tweeted out one of these narratives, and he says, today, here in the United States, we welcomed the 119th Congress, better known as the most pro-crypto Congress in history. The journey is just beginning, but you can't deny the energy and excitement already building across the industry. Let's get to work. So he's spot on, right? In addition to a pro-crypto government and the passing of legislation later this year, TradFi is moving at 100 miles per hour. BlackRock and all these guys are building and creating new products, and they are all in. So buckle up, guys. This year is going to be really fun. Remember, there will be volatility. There's going to be sharp corrections, things that are going to churn your stomach, but You got to look at the macro. I always point you guys to the macro. When in doubt, zoom out. We are headed to new all-time highs, and there will be a blow off top. So make sure you have a cash out plan. Here's another example of what's to come. Eric Trump, the son of Donald Trump, the president, of course, he tweeted out a photo of him and Michael Saylor. Of course, Michael Saylor is the CEO of MicroStrategy, which has been buying incredible amounts of Bitcoin. Eric tweeted out two friends, one passion, Bitcoin. So Saylor has been meeting with the Trump family and administration, and you can imagine he's advising them on the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. And that Bitcoin Strategic Reserve is going to be a big factor, a big catalyst this year. I don't know if they're going to pass the bill where the United States actually buys Bitcoin, but I think they will maybe do something where they keep the 200,000 plus Bitcoin they have and say that is our reserve, our starting point. And I think maybe later on they'll pass the bill to get the ability to buy. That's what I personally think. I could be wrong. Maybe they do pass that bill and they start buying, right? And then a global FOMO kicks in where Russia and China and all these other countries follow suit. I think that will eventually happen. Will it happen this cycle? That's the big question. But at least it's safe to say that they will hold on to the 200,000 plus Bitcoin they have in custody. Now, quick word from our sponsor, guys, and that is Uphold, which is a great crypto platform I've been using since 2018. Uphold has 300 plus cryptocurrencies. You can buy Bitcoin and all the top altcoins. They have precious metals like gold and silver where you can swap between these different assets. It's pretty unique. No other exchange offers anything like that. And they are fully reserved. They don't commingle or lend out your crypto assets. They have a transparency report that you can review. And like I said, I've been using them for years. They're easy to use. They're safe. And they just launched a great program called Uphold Rewards, where you can earn up to 5.25% on stablecoins. This program also allows you to get 24-hour early access to new tokens that they list. And you can also get exclusive crypto insights. Now, the stablecoins that they are going to support are PYUSD, that's PayPal's stablecoin, USDC, that's from Circle, and USBC. Now, this month, they're also going to add Ripple's RLUSD, so you can earn rewards on that. And if you caught my interview with the CEO of Uphold, he explained where the yield is coming from. So there's nothing shady or any type of lending out of your funds or anything that's happening here. So they're doing it by the book and making sure things are safe for you to use this platform. Now, to participate in the rewards program, you need to open the app once per month, log in once per month, deposit $50 once per month, and trade $50 once per month to get the yield and all the rewards. So guys, this is really great. It's a program that I will be participating in. So if you'd like to learn more, visit the link in the description. Now guys, we got further confirmation that Operation Chokepoint 2.0 was not a conspiracy theory or some sort of lie. It was real. It was a big time coordination with Elizabeth Warren and her cronies and the different government agencies. And they formed the anti-crypto army, and Coinbase, they've been suing the FDIC and other parts of the government via FOIA requests to get communications and all the details. And here Paul said, we finally got the unredacted OCP 2.0, Operation Chokepoint 2.0 letters from the FDIC. It took a court order, but you can now read them for yourself below. They show a coordinated effort to stop a wide variety of crypto activity, everything from basic Bitcoin transactions to more complex offerings. Note the FDIC magically found two more pause letters in this search after saying before that it had complied with an earlier court order. It's hard to believe in their good faith when their sweater further unravels every time we pull on the thread. The new Congress should launch hearings on all this without delay. So guys, we're getting confirmation. Elizabeth Warren and the anti-crypto army, we know this, right? We've been talking about it for years, but I think many people still doubted it. She was lobbied by the big banks, Jamie Dimons and those folks, to kill the crypto startups, not kill crypto, because we saw Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan were working with blockchain and Ethereum. BlackRock's here tokenizing, launching ETFs. So they want the technology, and they want to control it. They want to gatekeep it like they've done with previous assets in the TradFi world. But unfortunately, they can't do it this time around because this is a decentralized technology that's globally distributed. It's borderless, and anyone can access it if they have internet connection. So essentially, Elizabeth Warren, lobbied by the banks, formed the anti-crypto army. And as I've been telling you guys over the past couple of years, I spoke to people in Washington, D.C., off the record, many of them telling me about, Elizabeth Warren has her people on all the government agencies, and that's how was able to coordinate this whole thing. And of course, Gensler was the biggest attack dog. So that was the game plan. But they, of course, got defeated. We won. And Gensler is out. Elizabeth Warren lost power. Sherrod Brown got kicked out, right? The Biden administration lost. And look, this was a big part of why they lost. Not the number one reason, but a big part. Crypto was the biggest spender in the election, guys. So we're entering brighter days and bullish days, guys. Things are going to get really bullish this year, and I'm excited. But we got to expose these things, make sure that people know the history of what happened here. Now, we got a great article here from Cointelegraph, and the headline is Crypto VCs Reveal What They're Looking For in 2025. Political tailwinds in the United States in anticipation of a friendlier regulatory climate are positive signs for the crypto industry. So, of course, it's important to look at what the VCs are doing. They bring in a lot of the capital and the liquidity. I've often talked to you guys about looking at what A16Z is doing, the biggest crypto investment firm. They're putting billions into different token projects. So if they're backing certain tokens and projects, that's something you may want to look at in your research as you put together your investment strategy. I personally do that. I look at what Pantera Capital is doing and Paradigm, and you name it. I pay attention to what they're investing in, and that's not the only factor that's going to make coins do well. But remember, these people do their due diligence, and they have room full of analysts and people who are doing all types of research and analyzing the data and picking projects they want to invest in. So you want to pay attention to that. And most of the general public, they're not aware of these things, right? So similar to how in the past, they picked companies to invest in, maybe via private equity before IPO and things like that. They're doing the same thing for crypto. So you want to pay attention there. So let me give you some details and what this report says. Deng Chao, the CEO of institutional asset manager Hashkey Capital, recently told Cointelegraph that crypto projects will attract more capital from venture capitalists in 2025. These VCs are eyeing stablecoin products, real-world asset tokenization, RWA, artificial intelligence, and infrastructure. Now, guys, in my portfolio, I have artificial intelligence projects like Render, as well as Fetch.ai, also known as ASI right now, in addition to RWA tokenization. And, you look at your portfolios, see if you have allocation to some of these. You can't get everything unless you have millions of dollars where you can allocate to a lot of stuff. And of course, you don't want to spread yourself too thin. You want to take some bets and have at least a handful of tokens that you're really putting the majority of your capital behind, because you spread yourself too thin, you're going to have problems. So it's good to consolidate a bit and not get too crazy, right? You don't want to have a portfolio where you have 30 to 50 coins. That would be insane. So, at least have your top 5, maybe your top 10, and that should be good. So according to Chao, increased digital asset valuations in 2024 and the tailwinds from the re-election of Donald Trump in the United States will attract more VC capital to crypto projects. Guys, remember what I've been telling you guys? Once we get legislation and even just the signal of Donald Trump coming in and the end of regulation by enforcement, more capital is going to flow in, because a lot of folks are on the sidelines watching. They have been for years. And they're like, look, I don't want to put my money into this if this token's going to get sued or this company's going to get sued, kind of like what happened to Ripple. But with a favorable environment, guess what's going to happen? The pocketbooks are going to open up, guys. Think about it. This is common sense. And when the legislation gets passed by Congress this year, oh my gosh, the floodgates are going to open. More capital will flow in. And I think as you see traditional assets start to underperform against crypto, like real estate, like bonds, and even precious metals. And don't get me wrong, we're in a macro bull market where all those are going up. But as billionaire Paul Tudor Jones said, Bitcoin and crypto is the fastest horse in the race. Nothing gives you returns like this. So that's why a lot of the TradFi funds and hedge funds and so forth are launching arms to invest in crypto, because they recognize, look, if we have a fiduciary responsibility to make as much money as possible, as much returns, we got to go crypto. We would be idiots not to invest in crypto. And that's kind of the sentiment. That's the movement we're seeing. So here's a quote from Chow. As we enter into a supportive macro environment driven by stimulative US policies and formalization of crypto regulatory frameworks, these macro tailwinds are set to drive more VC investments heading into 2025. Guys, I'm so bullish. This year is going to be amazing. Obviously, there's no guarantees, right? I want to make sure I keep things balanced. You guys may see that, okay, I'm bullish, I'm happy, I'm excited. I am. But, as always, as I said in my 2025 predictions podcast episode a couple of days ago, Black Swan events can change things. So there's no guarantees here. We're talking probabilities, but there's a high probability of higher prices and blow off top this year. Now, we got news here that U.S. lawmaker kicks off 2025 by disclosing altcoin investment. So Georgia Representative Mike Collins has disclosed investments in Ether and other altcoins since taking office in 2023. This is a sign of adoption. You have government representatives investing in crypto. Just think about it. You go back to just even 5 years ago, it was taboo. Like, well, we're not going to touch this. This is a scam and all that. Now look at how the sentiment has changed. It's pretty incredible. Now there's a bigger macro conversation that has to happen here of having government officials holding crypto and stocks, right? Everybody knows about Nancy Pelosi and the massive trades she's made with the insider information she knows, which that is unfair. That will change. I don't know when it's going to happen, but be careful when that is implemented. Now, I'm not so much worried about them having crypto because crypto is not dependent specific on the United States or certain information from the government. It's bigger, it's global because liquidity comes in globally and almost anybody can participate. So there's less of, this being rigged in the favor of a politician. They kind of hold the tokens just like we do. However, with stocks and certain things that may affect the stock market, because that is much more tied to the regulation and there are more variables that affect the stock market, Nancy Pelosi having insider information can give her a big boost. So it's funny because this representative, Mike Collins, he revealed he purchased between $1,000 and $15,000 in Ski Mask Dog ski token. So that sounds like a meme coin. That's why I was laughing when I read the headline because it's so funny that he's investing in a meme coin. Now, you guys know how I feel about meme coins. It's not for me. I believe it's too risky. But if you know what you're doing and you're making money, then God bless, right? I'm not hating on you, just not for me. And if I were to hold a meme coin, I would probably hold Doge because it has a big community, has a developer community. It's been around. It's tried and tested. It wasn't started last week or last month. It's been around for a long time. So, but this is very interesting, right? To see this type of adoption. Now, final news item here, crypto brokerage FalconX acquires derivative startup Arbellos Markets. So we continue to see as the bull market heats up, more investment, more expansion globally. Everyone is trying to grab as much market share. Bigger companies are acquiring different technologies and smaller companies to boost their services. So these are all healthy signs of a growing market and asset class. So digital asset brokerage FalconX has acquired crypto derivatives platform Arbellos Markets for an undisclosed amount, making it one of the first major crypto acquisition deals of 2025. The development was confirmed by FalconX's co-founder and CEO Raghu Yaralagadda, if I'm saying that right, in a January 2nd X post following a report from Bloomberg about an hour earlier. While details of the deal weren't shared, an earlier December 31st report from Bloomberg citing people familiar with the matter said the deal was expected to be financed through a combination of FalconX stock and cash. So guys, you're going to see more of this year as liquidity enters and once again, everybody's trying to get as much market share as possible, go to different countries and set up shop, try to onboard as many users. And like I said, all healthy signs for this market, guys, very, very bullish. So I love to see things like this. It's very important that we see things like this and that there's movement, that these people have a bullish outlook. They see what's on the horizon. All right, guys, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Great way you can support me, guys, is by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free. Link will be in the description. It includes a lot of crypto insights. So a lot of things I talk about on the podcast, I go into more details because it's hard to get into all the fine metrics and details. In a show, you would need multiple hours, but in the newsletter, I can put screenshots and give explanations and so forth. So once again, it's 100% free. You don't have to pay anything, and it can help you learn about what's happening in the market. And I'll be sharing a lot of updates in the newsletter about where we're at in the market cycle. Are we in that top zone where we got to start looking to take profit? So be sure you subscribe and also grab a copy of my book, guys, Rethinking Crypto. It's available on Amazon in paperback and digital. Buy a copy for yourself. Buy a few copies for your friends and family who want to learn about crypto. Knowledge is power. This book gives them the full overview. Crypto's past, present, and future. Gives tips for investing in as well. And if you bought a copy already, please leave a rating and review. It will really help me out. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.